whenever something terrible happens, we dress the wound by denial, and that is when the transgenerational trauma comes in. Keeping in mind that my audience is little young, I would like to break down this term. Transgenerational trauma is the atrocities done on our ancestors, which becomes trauma and is being transferred from generation to generation. Why? Because it is very convenient for politicians and historians to brush it under the carpet. And that is why, as a psychologist, I always emphasize on revisiting your past. In this context, besides partition, I feel very strongly towards Kashmir, because Kashmir in recent history has gone under an immense pain. By now, if you don't have any idea about what I am talking, then you are sleeping since you're born. And those who know what I'm talking about, let me ask you a question. Do you know how many times Kashmiri exodus happened? Once, twice, thrice? No, 7 times. Yes, in 1990, it was the 7th time that Kashmiris were forced to leave their homeland. But don't be in guilt if you had no idea about it. Even I had no idea until I read this book, The Infidel Next Door by Rajat Mitra. He says a society never moves on till the grief of its people is buried in memory. Do we talk about Kashmiri exodus? Is there any mainstream movie or web series that depicts the real picture of Kashmir? Are we taught about this in our history books? And what does UN has to say about Kashmiri Pandits? And forget UN for that matter. Where is humanity? How is it that in a secular country like India, a particular group of people are thrown out of a state? Why? Just because they don't follow a particular faith? And this book actually answers your question very logically. I always had this doubt in me कि ऐसा क्या है कि वहाँ जो youth है that has such a bitter taste against the army. And this book says that वहाँ पे क्या होता है कि जो बच्चे होते हैं, especially young boys, उनको abduct किया जाता है, उनको kidnap किया जाता है by men, local men wearing army uniform. And these boys are tortured to an extent that when they grow up, they have this bitter taste against Indian army. And that is the whole process where anti-nationalism and all these things comes in place. Now you understand it. Since 1990, 40,000 Kashmiri Hindu families are living the life of refugee in their own homeland. So it is the responsibility of every citizen to not only rehabilitate them, but also give them emotional and psychological support so that they could have a closure. There is so much written in this book that it would be very difficult for me to cover it up in a single video. And forget about covering it up, I might just get emotional. In order to give you a very, very clear picture of what actually happened, do read this book, and I have also attached few links in my description box so that you can check it out. I will see you in the next video. Take care and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
Hopelessly outnumbered, most of the 140,000 Hindus in the valley of a population of more than 30 lakh Muslims panicked and fled. More than 90,000 of them sought refuge in Jammu, Udhampur, Nagrota and Kathua. Another 6,000 moved to Delhi. More than 2,006 reached Amritsar and other parts of Punjab. Yet another couple of thousand scattered in various other directions. The government has so far made only marginal arrangements for their rations. A large majority of them have not found accommodation in the limited number of camps set up by the government.
मुझे पहले भी थ्रेटनिंग आ रही।
अब आप वापस जाएंगे कभी?
नहीं, मैं नहीं जा सकता।
तो क्या करेंगे आगे?
क्योंकि यहाँ अगर वहाँ से वो ऑफिसर ही है, उससे बेहतर है यहाँ गली कोचों में भीख मांगना और अपने आप को पालना, आज़ादी से रहना।